So, a great prophet in the land committed adultery and sinned against God, and every young minister was out there commenting, going live, and speaking negative. Thing that I want us to know is that when you've not yet closed the river, never laugh at those people that are drowning, simply because you don't know how deep the river is. You don't know the sharks that are there that might eat those individuals as they are trying to cross the river on their way to greatness. So there are a number of things that we get to talk about, that we get to joke about, that we are not even supposed to joke about. There are certain things that you should never dive into, explaining certain things to certain individuals simply because you don't have much insight and more understanding, and you've not gotten to that height. A number of individuals right now that are laughing at entrepreneurs that have failed in certain areas of life, and they feel as if it is an easy road just because somebody's book was not able to sell, just because somebody's conference did not have a huge attendance. You are laughing at them, but you've never attempted to have a conference. You are laughing at them, you've not even yet authored any form of a book. It is very bad, provided that you've not attempted or you've not gotten to that height. Never laugh at those people that fail when they get to that height, simply because you don't know what is there, and you don't know the battles that are there in order for them to become victorious, and in order for them to become successful in certain areas of life. Number of us, we are laughing at certain individuals that were swindled when it comes to certain investments. They were told to say, when you make this transaction, this is what is going to come out of it. Out of excitement, those people, they made those transactions and they lost billions of dollars. They lost quarters, they lost different currencies and a huge amount of money. We laughed at them without knowing to say it is a phase of life. At a certain point, you and I, we are going to be bankrupt. At a certain point, you and I were going to be broke. And such kind also, it is going to come to us. Somebody is going to tell you to say, invest into this. You are going to invest into that out of excitement. Remember, what goes around, it comes around. I'll never laugh at any person that has gotten up there and fallen in one way or the other, because each and every new level, there are always different kind of devils. If you begin to laugh at those people that are drowning, chances are very high that you might not even cross the river. Chances are very high that you might not even have access in order for you to see the river. So it is very important that we respect elders that have failed in certain areas of life, to always learn from people that have gone ahead of us. Now, we can learn from their mistakes, we can learn from their experiences. So we don't laugh at the mistakes of those people that have gone ahead of us, but we learn from their mistakes, because each time that we sit down and learn from their mistakes, our lives are perfected. We don't just learn from their mistakes, but we try by all means to pray for them and to be there for them and to pray for ourselves, so that when we get there, we don't find ourselves in such kind of situations. More especially people that have been called to influence. It's not just about the things of God, but different individuals have been called into different things. People like musicians, people like the stringers, people like entrepreneurs, people like motivational speakers, different kind of individuals. Those individuals, they are pulling a crowd. Remember, in that crowd they are pulling, there is a different gender. There are men there are women there. And most of these places, most of these crowd pullers, and the majority of people that they get to pull, they are women if they are men. So you find that chances are very high that one might fall. Chances are very high that at a certain point things might not go according to the way you expected. It has got nothing to do with somebody lacking discipline, no, but it has to do with a levels. This is the reason why we always pray to God to say He grant us the capacity in order for us to handle certain things that others cannot be able to handle. The capacity that you have to overcome certain things, it is not the same capacity that the other person has. Check this out. We are all human beings. We can all be Christians, but the way we handle issues, it is different. It is not about your righteousness. It is not about your holiness. It is not about God loving you more than any other person. David, a man after God's heart, committed what? Adultery. So it has got nothing to do with whether God loves you or God does not love you. God loves each and every person out there. But the thing is that the capacity to handle, it is what some of us we are lacking. Now the capacity to handle it has got nothing to do with your prayer life. It has got nothing to do with your righteousness. It comes with experience. It comes with learning from people that have gone ahead of you. It comes from the certain kind of wisdom that God might deposit on you. Now, it's very possible that you might not have that kind of wisdom. You might not have that capacity. And if you don't have that capacity, it does not mean that the one that has, that person is big. It does not mean that if you have the person that does not have, meaning they are smaller to you, or maybe they don't carry a greater destiny. So it's good to learn from